Hello, fellow compatriots. This is your host, Trubichan here, and today we are going to be doing some mock building. Yes, that's right. We're going to go ahead and build some fun stuff today, and we're going to be working on making some digital mocks. Yes, that's right. We're going to be doing some digital builds. Now, I'm going to be like doing, I have a few ideas that I want to do for Pride Month that might be fun and interesting. I never really have done anything too intensive when it comes to Pride Month, but because, you know, I got a lot of ideas on my plate. I'm currently experimenting with some new content and that I'm going to be producing that might be helpful and also entertaining for all y'all out there. But obviously, we're going to be making some digital mocks. Now, the first thing on the list of things in terms of things that are digital is trying to give my Bionicle OC a nice little revamp. We're going to be trying to revamp them, do a unique design to it. I know the OG design is very iconic in terms of how it was put together and stuff like that, but it has a lot of illegal stuff happening to it. I know it's so illegal. I painted my Bionicle pieces. That's why it looks so good, my Tributron mock. So we're gonna be updating it, but in order to update it, how I made that mock initially is I built it in stud.io, and then once it came to the idea, it's like, oh, okay, this is how I want this build to look like. Then I made a physical version of it. That's how I knew what pieces had to be what color and so forth, which is a fun technique that you can do if you want to go ahead and sabotage your own pieces to make whatever you so desire. Also, let me know if the audio is a little bit too loud so that I can adjust it. But yeah. All right, without any further ado, let me see if I can set up something fun and interesting here in terms of a window capture. Wait, what? Oh, wow, okay. All right, well, we're gonna cancel that. And delete window capture. Yep. All right. So I'm gonna actually start a little activity here. We're gonna start a poll. All right. We're gonna start a poll because I had this fun idea that we can do in the future. So we're gonna go ahead and start working on that, but first, before we get, okay, and I'm just throwing this out there. And this might be helpful because I have learned some, for a future video. There we go. And why is, oh, there we go. All right. Yep, start poll. There we go. Okay. Awesome. All right, now that's out of the water. Let's start building stuff. Let's get things on the roll here. Boop. And image, go away. You're gonna be seeing. Actually, you know what? We're gonna drag this to the wayside over here. so I don't have to worry too much about it. There we go. Now you can't see it. Can't see my stuff. My plans, my aspirations. All right, we're going to start with this. Man, actually, hold on. Can I? Yes, I can split screen it. Thank God I can split screen it. Nice. All right. A little bit crowded. Don't really like that. But at least now I can read chat and we can get the ball rolling. Woo! And it's popping up. Perfect, 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 perfect. All right, so I usually like what I like to do when it comes to building in general is I don't use a lot of custom parts. I always like to build a MOC that looks like it can be built IRL. Because if I really wanted to make something that looked like an official set at any capacity, I would just make the parts physically and just go from there. You know, you have options and possibilities that you can do when it comes to this sort of thing. Now, Avi, I'm thinking for, in this case, let's go look into Bionicle pieces here. I think I'm gonna go with a more so of a Mata type of build with this one. Of more modified build, that is. And if you have any questions in terms of like, ooh, this is how do I do this or do that in stud.io, let me know. And I will be more than happy to help out with that in that regard. Because I know that is a very important question. And I know this piece comes in dark blue. I tried to make parts purely off of memory. So that's going to be a foot right there. I wanted to feel simplistic in its nature. And I wish we had more Ben 10 pieces in stud.io. There might be a parts pack out there. If there's a parts pack that has Ben 10 pieces, let me know, because that would be so helpful, in my very biased opinion. And are we going to use CCBS? No, we are not. Wait a minute. What if I do brick build? I've been playing with bricks lately. I could do a brick build. Tributron. I can do brick build. That is a tempting idea. I'm gonna start with just system for the meantime, and we're gonna just paint all this in a light bluish gray for now, so that we can Syntrax says, what you building? Also, technically, only the 08 variant of that piece comes in dark blue. You are absolutely correct, Syntax Under. I am building my self-MOC as well. I should have led with that first. I'm building my self-MOC. And we're going to be doing something fun and interesting in regards to that. Because I am starting a new chapter in my life. If the thumbnail was not evident enough, I am currently transitioning again after a very long period of time. And look at that, we got the 08 variant. I wasn't even paying attention to the socket. It was like Matafoot obtained. But yeah, so we're gonna be doing that. And I am thinking we're gonna go ahead and get some Technic here. So let's go ahead and get the Technic linker. That's actually a little bit further up because I know that there is a Technic. Ooh. Yes, I am transitioning again. I stopped for a bit, but then now I'm picking it back up again. It's been a roller coaster. I started back in, I believe it was 2022. Well, it's right now. I am. I don't know. I guess non-binary would fit. I guess non-binary would fit because I never really view myself. I view myself more as a she/they than anything else. Like I feel comfortable with my voice, so I don't feel the need to voice train or anything like that. It's weird. But I dig it. Vituru Studio says, hello, Tributron. Hello, fellow compatriot. And we're gonna do this. And we're going to, oh yeah, I can do that. Get 2 of those. But yeah, so when it comes to, yeah, it's weird. I'm gonna have to look at the multiple specifics, because when it comes to like different aspects of myself, like I do like oh god, I do not want to start talking about my sexuality here. Oh god, what am I doing? Panic, Bionicle. Bionicle. Panics. But yeah, so I do, yeah, it's I go by she, they, so I guess that's non-binary. I guess? It's weird. It's weird. I think I'm thinking too heavily into it. I am in the process of confuddlement. Alright. I think I'm gonna have to meditate on it a little bit more on the specifics. But I know what I am. I just don't have a word to go for it. Okay, let me explain in detail. Let me lay down the instruction manual that is the Tributron as I build a Tributron. So, like, the best I can describe would be, like, I'm very much femme presenting. I am attracted to femme presenting individuals, and I am very, like, I'm not too, like, I don't like a lot of bright colors or anything like that. I like outfits that are more subdued. So basically very goth in some cases. Where's the Bionicle limbs? I need the Bionicle limbs. I need that. There we go. It's weird. It's weird. I think I'm gonna have to meditate on that. I'll get back to you. In this regard. I am thinking too heavily into it, but I need to. If I do more research on it, I probably can give you a specific, but I do not have a specific. I just go for the feel of it. You know, it's like what feels right to me. You know, before any label like gets applied, I try to like figure out how I feel as an individual. Wow, okay. Okay, we're gonna... Oh, okay, hold on. There we go, Paraka. There we go. That's what we need. And then master again. Woo! All right, so we're gonna do this, and now this is a build that I did in the past, and obviously that's gonna, there's some clipping in there, so that's gonna change. I can't stay like that. But I do like the shaping. I can probably move it up by 1, actually, now that I think about it. Let me move it up by 1, because I can actually do that. And then that will go there. Oh, awesome! Awesome! Nice! That is awesome. Yeah. So, Bionicle specifically says can be annoying. Well, annoying to find. Yes. Sometimes you can find Bionicle pieces within the Technic section. It's super goofy. Like, if you go to, like, Technic, you can eventually find some Bionicle pieces, like a Hordika neck, a Glatorian neck, and all sorts of stuff. It's like, what's this doing here? It's supposed to go the other way around, but no. Instead, it's just, oh yeah, I could have, you know what, wait, there's one with an axle. I can put it in the back and then add more detail in the back of the leg. Do I have that option? Yes I do. I am going to put this back here. That goes inserted right there, and then this gets inserted right so. Woo! You need to swap the front half 4th long Technic B to a 3 long. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, because it's gonna bump into it. You're right. You are right. That is illegal. It's illegal. All right, we can do that. We can do that. That's an option. I forgot about that because I'm adjusting the height of it. All right, so we need a lever. Honestly, we can just type lever. No, oh, lift. Technic. There we go. Haha! A Hafu original. So, Hobby Azul says, hard to find a name for them. Their official names are so unorthodox. Yeah, they are, and that's why I have difficulty finding. I need to actually dig through all the different labelings within the LGBTQ, because finding a specific label that matches me is, well, I know what I am. I just like I go by the feeling, go by the groove of everything, you know. Because like, and I am not saying that I don't suffer from gender dysphoria. Sometimes I do, but especially when I take off makeup. Like, once I take off my makeup off, I like, oh god, what is that thing staring at me? Oh god. What are you? Get away. Go, demon. It's but you know, I feel comfortable with my own voice, so I don't feel the need for voice training, even though there are some cases where I have heard there's like, you need to learn to voice train at some point, and not because of, oh, I need to pass. The need to pass malarkey is like, that does more harm than good, you know, because it's like, listen, you just be yourself. You don't need to prove yourself to anybody that, oh yes, I am that. Just live, exist, coexist, you know, even if times might be difficult right now. You know? Just be yourself, express. You know? Hobby Azul says exactly, trust me, didn't find I was pan until senior high school. Slay though. I feel great with black nails still. Oh, black nails are nice. I like my frosty blues and whites for no obvious reason. Definitely no specific reason at all as to why I like blue and white. No specific reason at all. All right, doesn't have to do with my name on the internet or anything. Definitely not. Do not look too deeply into that. Yeah. Syntrax says, not every trans woman feels uncomfortable with certain parts of them, and you aren't uncomfortable with your voice. Exactly. White pride flag, says SY Studios. Ugh. Well, because, activism. Deal with it. That was a bad response. Oh, gosh. That could be a trans meme in itself. Oh. But because I am what I am, as Vakama once said in Bionicle, Web of Shadows. Okay, I am what I am, and that is completely fine. Deal with it. Okay. Let's see here. We need to put an axle. This is going to be kind of loose. I'm already imagining. Wait a minute. Since. All right, we're going to have to actually hide this for a sec because this is getting. Oh. Wait a minute. No, I need to actually delete that. Yeah. Exactly. Hobie Azul says it's the first day of Pride. Exactly. First day of Pride. Exactly. You see, Azul gets it. Azul understands. True ally confirmed. But I will say, recently though, going back to Lego in general, I have been building a lot of system stuff. And I know system doesn't do too well on the channel, but I have been having quite the craze when it comes to building system mocks. I have quite a few system mocks in the backlog. I'm not so sure if anybody will be interested in watching the like a system mock videos in general. It's a very specific niche. So I'm not too sure how well it would do performance-wise. But if you guys are interested in system builds, I have been playing with a lot of bricks lately. Which is weird to say, coming from someone that always builds Technic monstrosities. I love Technic, I like gears and so forth. But I've been trying to play around with different brick styles. I even made a brick built Tahu with some new 3D printed elements that I might sell in the store, depending on how well people receive it online. But it is definitely something that, you know, I have in the back of my mind as like, I could potentially do this sort of thing. Ooh, hold on, let me. Okay, Hobby Azul says, play. If you look at it, it seems like some characters were trans in the story. You really read into it, or even fluid or neutral. So many. Scotty Wolfmaster says, what are you making? I'm making a leg for Tributron. I'm making a Tributron mock right now. Hobby Azul says, systems all we got right now. Mocking is transitioning to it. I feel we as builders have to as well. Yeah, that is a big thing. Scotty Wolfmaster says, have you seen leaks for the new Into the Spider-Verse collectible minifigs? Wait, what? There's collectible minifigs of Spider-Verse? Okay, that is exciting. Hobby Azul says, I'd love to see as I make human heads with system. Still gotta, but your products when yeah, buy my products when bills aren't killing me. Yeah, it's everything's expensive right now. It's ridiculous. Zavi says, me personally, I'm a Bionicle. I'm supportive. Thank you. Okay, that is, I love that, Zavi. I am writing that one down. That is great. That is great. Yeah, I'm gonna actually look that up right now. Yeah, let me go. I'm gonna look it up. And I'm gonna only pull it up and stream in a sec here. I just need to confirm real quick. Let me take a look-see. All right. Spider-Verse. CMF. Images. Oh, yeah. I seen these. Oh, wait a minute. These are new ones. Oh, there's new ones. Okay. We're kind of... Yeah. Okay, I'm going to have to pull it up on stream now. Hold on. Let me... I'm not too sure if my computer can handle it, but we're going to go ahead and give it a try. All right. Let me go. Spider-Verse CMF. And images. Okay. Oh, no. I didn't want to do that. Open image in new tab. There we go. And we're gonna put this here. So yeah, so already these look pretty nice. The fact that we got a Prowler, Sun Spider, okay, Cyborg Spider-Woman, okay, this is great. This is great already. I love this. Oh, the amount of... Oh my gosh! Yes! Oh my gosh, the fact that we're getting this Spidey with the little baby. I love it. I love it. Okay, that's awesome. That is awesome. All right. Let's... Oh, no, wrong way. There we go. Okay, that's actually pretty awesome. That is actually pretty awesome. Can't believe they neglected poor Penny Parker, though. Rest in peace, Lego Anime. No, literally. Gotta head to work. Peace, homie. All right, you have a good one. Bye. All right. Once this loads up and processes, because Studio can be a little bit slow, especially since I am streaming. It is quite the endeavor. There we go. So we're gonna plug this right here and then show that. That can go Oh, wait a minute. That might actually be able to go a little bit more in. There we go. No, that's a leg, if I ever saw it. And we're gonna go ahead and get a cheese slope, because we can. Put cheese slope in there. We got some detail here and connection points. I may keep the claws, like the clawed feet. I do like claw feet. I do like them a lot. Poor Lego Star Wars and Ninjago, they never get Lego get leg printing, says Scotty Wolfmaster. True, but honestly, the thing I do like Star Wars, but there are moments and times where it's like I kind of get burnout in a sense. Like, I think what didn't help with the burnout has been the recent releases in terms of Star Wars, though Andor has been helping me get back into Star Wars. I recently watched Rogue One again. Love that film. Andor season 1 has been amazing. I have not seen season 2 yet, so no spoilers for season 2, but I want to see season 2. Because Andor is one of those series that expands on expanding the Star Wars universe so that it's not so like confined to, oh, good versus evil type of situation. The Acolyte could have been a chance to explore into more things in regards to the Force, which it did with its world building, but it failed when it came to actual really conveying like a story and plot. Like, it was super messy. The only thing that was redeemable about the Acolyte, in my opinion, has been the world building. But yeah, that's just my very biased opinion. Take that as you will. Okay, so 5 length. And boom. Okay, Control C, Control V. Boop, 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 boop. And boop. There we go. That's thicker. I like the oh, I can add pistons. Oh, I can make this into a Titan build. I might give it pistons to give it an extra layer of detail so that it looks more complex. And make it feel a little organic too in its own way. I'm actually tempted to do that now. All right, how would I go ahead and do that at close proximity? Okay, so the socket. Yeah, I can probably put a socket right in here in the back side. And that shouldn't be a problem in the back. And then that can be filled out with... Yeah, I'm going to be doing something weird with the back because the thing that I want to do is make it feel like a Inika build. I really like the Inika builds, but I don't like how flat they are. I'm going to give the Inika build some dimension to it. That is something that I'm thinking right now. Yeah, we're going to have to probably rework the feet, but honestly, we don't have to do too much with it because I'm taking a book, a pager from Umarak the Hunter's Feet, where I have the ball joint here. Oh, wait a minute, but... Oh. Oh, yeah. Oh, I didn't think that through. because then it will be lever based. Man, yeah, I would probably have to rework the legs then. Yeah, okay, hold on. Let's get a socket here. We can probably do something similar to Rotor from Hero Factory, because I like that set, and I don't mind copying from that set, because Rotor is an amazing Bionicle set. Even if it was released in the Hero Factory line, Rotor could easily be a Bionicle. You can't deny that. Alright. Spiritually a Bionicle, literally a Hero Factory. Oh, wait, could you add a socket joint onto upper leg behind the Paraka leg? Oh, that's actually a good idea. Wait. Yeah, because I don't need that much ankle tilt. Okay, we're gonna actually save this. So we're gonna create it into a submodel for a sec. Prototype, if I know how to type. Prototype leg 1. So that's prototype leg 1. We'll put that in the wayside and edit, and then Control C. And then return to main model and V to paste this. There we go. So we got the prototype right there, and we got the new one. We might as well color this one since it is a prototype. We might as well color it. I feel like that would be a good move to do. So we're gonna do the dark blue for that, and dark blue on the top. That would make sense. There's not a lot of colors for the ankle guard. Actually, hold on. We can do flaming yellow. I think Keat orange might be a good color for that. Keat orange. And then if that's going to be Keat orange, and then we're going to have maybe this be light bluish gray. That might actually look good. And then we put the white over here on either side. White goes there. And we'll go ahead and probably add the... Actually, no. That has to be bluish gray. Yeah, bluish gray. Oh, no. I mean, can you imagine if we had dark bluish gray Metro leg? That would have been so nice. I'm just saying right now. That would have been a nice piece to have. That would have been so nice. And we're gonna go ahead and get that there, and a black for the axle right here, and black on that one as well. That would also be bluish gray. It's a weird style. Yeah, that's not really growing on me. Centric says you do not have the gap there after all. Oh, Scotty Wolfmaster says, have you seen Lego Ninjago Legends Kai's Fire Night Mech? It's literally just a gun. Yes, it is a Gundam. It reminds me of 30-minute missions. It literally does. It's like as if 30-minute missions and the Barbados had a love child and probably watched a lot of oh man, what's the name of that manga series? Okay, there was a character named Guts that wields a giant sword, and this it later was turned into an anime. I forgot the name of it, but it reminds me of that. And Centric says, I own that set. It released in New Zealand early, and yeah, it's amazing. Dark bluish gray Metro leg? I thought it was. Oh yeah, it was a thing. I'm talking about the Paraka leg. Sorry. Scramble brain, scramble. Scotty says, do you like when mechs with oversized black cannons? Yes. Oh, Berserk. That is the manga series that I'm thinking about, Centrex. Yes, Berserk. Kai's mech looks like it came straight what has a bit of Berserk influence to it with its design. That's what it reminds me of. It reminds me of Berserk in the best way possible. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get a socket here. Honestly, this has more colors, so we'll probably use this one because it has more colors, even though it's more brittle. That goes there. And then we're going to go ahead and do something crazy like this. And we're gonna actually slide that over a bit. There we go. And we're actually gonna slide it back a bit too. So it will be something kind of like this. And then we can go ahead and build the foot up in its own unique way. We still have the piston. It can go through the... Wait a minute. I can make a piston go through this hole. Do I want to put a piston through that hole? And give Tributron Digigrade legs? Oh, that's kind of tempting. Digigrade legs. I'm not too sure if I should do Digigrade legs. Because they got the clawed feet, so it kind of tracks. It's not very Toa... But it's very boneheadsy. You know what? No, I'm doing the Digigrade legs because I like boneheads. I like boneheads. We're giving them Digigrade legs. It's canon. I decree it to be canon. We're gonna give them Digigrade legs. Scotty says, do you remember Cole's Titan? Yes, that is the Astray Gundam. It's literally just an Astray Gundam. It's a thing of beauty. I love that Astray Gundam. I mean Cole's mech. My bad. The fact that it has sliding kneecaps, like the armor can slide around the knee to make way for the movement. I just like when figures have Mech Alive built into them. It gives it like a sense of life and atmosphere whenever like a toy does that. It's like super satisfying. I really like stuff like that. And honestly, that needs to be prominent in more things. In my own very biased opinion, of course. Yeah, from the Thornicopter from Dune, if I recall correctly. That was... Oh, you know, that's the thing that I like about Lego, is that they're able to find creative ways to reuse a part or element in any set. Like, they're not restricted by any means. You know, they can... Oh, I'm here for Neo Shifters. Well, you came to the right place. Oh. Tributron needs to turn into a ball. I'm gonna have to make him turn into a ball, become a Neo Shifter. That should be easy to design. I'm gonna make, because lo and behold, some Toa are able to turn into balls in canon, specifically Earth Toa. Earth Toa have the ability to transform into a ball, but we never saw a physical set turn into a ball. The only time we ever had an example of that was in the Toa Metro in 2004 when Toa Wenua folded into a ball to go down this tunnelway. That was like the only time, if I recall correctly, that we saw a Toa turn into a ball. And honestly, we need more balls. We need more balls in Bionicle. We do not have enough balls. I'm gonna create a petition for more balls in Bionicle. Honestly, that needs to be a challenge. I need to make a contest at some point where I force everybody to make a Bionicle that turns into a ball. And it's not a Borok. Yeah, Scotty Wolfmaster says, and I can't believe it was only 100. I would have paid 150 for it. Yeah, I get that for the Thornicopter. Yeah, Scotty Wolfmasters, and I don't know how Lego haven't made Droidica shield piece yet. That is what I'm saying. We honestly, compared to the new one that came out, the Droidica, I still like the old one. The old one not only can transform automatically, but it kind of also recreates the blast effect that it does when it unfurls. The new one kind of shimmies, but it doesn't feel like it blasts, if anything. But what I will say is I do like the level of detail that you get in the new one. It's good for display, not so much for play, if you know what I mean. And though, like, people may say that the brown plastic used in the old one makes it, like, significantly brittle, that's not necessarily the case. It's not that delicate in actuality. It can actually hold up pretty well, all things considered. Now I'm thinking very intensively right now. If you cannot tell, I'm thinking very oh, wait a minute. I think I got an idea. Ball mode Winnowa coming at you with his mask turned on would be pretty scary. Yeah, that's like the equivalent of running after someone in all fours. The other person is going to be absolutely petrified. Like, it's one thing to run in all fours, like as if you're a Litoa, but if you're transforming into a ball and just bearing down on someone, that is even more terrifying, honestly. Because they're going at a faster momentum, you know, and no matter what you do, you cannot escape. There we go. We'll do this just to force. Actually, we're gonna put it in the back. I'm gonna give them the ability to ride on a surfboard, maybe, because wait a minute, no. Some Neo shifters use the back of the toe for clicking into the forearm. So this connector here may allow to do that, depending on how well it's able to transform. It might actually be able to do the thing as intended. And also, let me get a mod afoot from 2008 specifically, so that we can still keep the dark blue in check. That's not gonna work. No, we're gonna use Bionicle claw pieces. We're gonna actually use some claw pieces to actually get the detailing that we want. Because Tribuchon has clawed feet, and we're gonna keep the clawed feet. That will allow for more customizability options. And on that note, we're gonna have to change this again. And turn that into a 4-length. Technic-linker, 4-length axle. Get over here. All right, Scotty, well, I preferred the older 2007 MTT than most than the most current one. Ooh, okay. Scotty Wolfmaster says there are leaks this year that that Lego is making another MTT. I prefer Hero Factory in my opinion. Interesting. I do not know what MTT is. I'm trying to think. Modular or no. It's not Mutant Ninja Teenage Mutant. It's not TMNT. MTT. I am blanking on it. What's MTT? I am actually blanking on it right now. I feel like I'm going crazy. Oh, Star Wars. Star Wars. MTT. MTT, Star Wars. No, it's not Phantom Menace. Empire Return. It's not any of the films, and it's not any of the shows. Is that a Legends reference? Are you doing a Legends reference? If you are, then that might go over my head if you're doing a Legends reference. Oh, the droid Oh. Oh. Oh, dear me. Yeah, okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. I am not that smart. I am not that smart. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. That's not gonna do. This is driving me nuts, actually. Alright, we're gonna save this design. Control C, Control V. Put that design right there. And we're gonna go ahead and scrap this one. And okay, so that goes there. This is gonna be uneven. So that has to be a 5 length. Easily. 5 length. And alright, looks like the poll is doing well. Looks like we are... I'm gonna end the poll right now. I think that's good enough as is. 14 volts. Yep. Okay. Awesome. Okay, that actually works. Woo! Nice, because I was feeling inspired to do that. I really feel like that would be a fun video to make in terms of makeup tutorials. You know, especially within the Bionicle fandom, because, hello! The fact that we have quite the overlap is also pretty nice. I need to make a Takanuva mock at some point. Like, I really like Takanuva as a character, or Takua in general. I really... Oh, man. Oh, yeah, there. That's a 3 length. 3 length again. Imagine if Bionicle was still around. What new pieces would exist and how much would they be today? $30 to $20 slash pounds. I would say if Bionicle still existed today, as a set designer myself that has sold by buildable action figures that are a spiritual successor to what was Bionicle. I have been the price ranges for them would be from like 10 to $20 usually, on average. That's USD. But if Lego were to do it, it will be probably around the $35 range. They would be in the 30 to 40, like $25 to $35. They're going to be a lot more expensive because G2 in itself was already pretty expensive. Some people tend to forget how expensive G2 Bionicle sets were. So they would be at a higher price range. Okay, we're going to substitute lift. Technic. There we go. The General Grievous construction figure still holds up today. Yeah, it's a great set. That and the K2SO. I really like K2SO. The old one from, what's that, like 2016, if I recall correctly. Man, the fact that 2016 was 9 years ago is insane. Time literally flies by. It's wild. It's literally insane. I don't know how that happened, but it did. Oh, wait a minute. I can just do that, and then that goes there. And then I can do a thing. Wait a minute. I should probably put that there. I'm taking a lot of time just putting together this foot, but hear me out. Stability is important. Okay, stability is very important. I'm gonna actually, yeah, that would have to be like so. Then that would be like that. There we go. I would say that, like, when it comes to any, like, buildable figures, I feel like Lego themselves are probably setting up for the possibility of buildable action figures in current day. They've been testing the market with the superhero buildable figures that we've been seeing lately, like the Lego Batman, Spider-Man, the Lego Iron Man, and then testing the waters out with that Iron Man Buster, the Hulk Buster, that came out a couple years back. That ugly Hulk Buster that you can put the buildable figure into, and seeing how people would be interested in getting that upscaled Hulkbuster for their upscaled Lego Iron Man. So they've been playing around, testing around waters and such. So I wouldn't be surprised if we end up seeing something Bionicle related in the near future. It is very possible, and it's gonna be happening a lot sooner than we think, in my very biased opinion. It's gonna happen a lot sooner than we all probably would have anticipated. What I'm hoping for, considering the track record that Lego has been making mechs, it will be around the same size as those minifig Star Wars mechs that we keep tending to see. Like the good example would be the Lego Star Wars mechs, like from the Stormtrooper, Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker, those sort of mechs in that style for like a buildable action figure line. That's what I'm expecting, but what I would hope for is something similar to that of Mixels. More specifically, I want X-Pods. If Lego is going to stay true to the brick and want to show the potential of making stuff with the brick, bring back X-Pods. All right, clearly, like, Bionicle may not be the answer, but hear me out. X-Pods might be where it's at, because I like X-Pods, and I am very biased in my belief that X-Pods is the superior and definitive route for doing buildable figures. But if not, because you need a toy line that is small and collectible. Not only that, but kids like to build their own characters. I learned that firsthand. Kids to this day, and I'm talking like kids born like literally in like 2010 and so forth, like young lads, like they love to make their own characters. And Bionicle is something that's been complex, but when Hero Factory came out, it was very easy for kids to pick up and learn how to build a character. Now, if they're going to be doing something with bricks, it has to be small scale because of how much Lego just loves to cram as much pieces as possible into a Lego set. The amount of pieces that we tend to see inside of a single Lego set is ridiculous. It's way too much, in my opinion. Way too much. Okay. Scotty Wolfmaster says, I love the Marvel Minimax one exclusive figure, especially Star Wars machine mech armor. Oh, there we go. You see? I knew it. Awesome. That is awesome. That is awesome. Yeah. Again, like you guys are, you all are the generation that knows what you want, and Lego needs to realize what all of you like so they can keep making more stuff like that. In my own personal opinion, but a lot of people around my age demographic kind of still have their nostalgia lenses on them, but some are like starting to wake up and being like, oh, actually maybe Bionicle may not work as well as today as it did back then. You know, some are starting to realize that, but still, Bionicle still has potential. Buildable figures still has potential. It all depends on like its attractability, how easy it is to build, and so forth, and how much interactive play that you can have with that. The thing that I like about the mechs is how creative and fun they are to put together. But the one thing that I do not like, there's one thing that I don't like about the mechs. They don't have knees or elbows. I've like the first time I was introduced to the new limbs was with the Lego Ninjago Final Battle Lloyd mech versus Skeleton mech that came out in 2023. And when I got that set, I was thoroughly disappointed that I can't, because the skeleton mech came with a scythe, and I was like, ooh, scythes are cool, and I wanted to pose that scythe, but you can't do much with the scythe because the elbows are pre-bent. The limb pieces that they come with the figures are pre-bent, and it's like, what is this? We have other toy lines like from like Marvel Legends or the Star Wars Black series, and they're small figures and they have so much range of articulation. And not only that, but if you look at what Mega has been doing with the Pokemon, when they were doing like the Pokemon sets, those are superposable too, and they are tiny. They're small. Why can't we do the same thing with the mechs, Lego? Like, if other toy lines are able to make something articulated around the same scale, and even one of them is buildable, like, that shouldn't be excused. They should be easy to build. They really should. And maybe I'm just spoiled, but hear me out. It would be nice. It would be nice. Yeah, I would think that those limbs would be a ratchet joint. I honestly, I think it was planned to be a ratchet joint, if I recall correctly. Like, the designer had plans for it to be ratcheted, but it was never ratcheted. It's super weird. And I don't get it. It's supposed to be something... Oh yeah, I'm not coloring anything right now. I'm just making sure everything fits. But yeah, it's so weird. And I don't like it. I really don't. Okay, lift again. Technic. There we go. The amount of parts that's just in this foot is insane. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and tilt this a little bit. And this is going to be interesting. And then this, I'm going to tilt this a little bit. And this gets tilted a little bit forward so there's no clipping. And there we go. We got that going on. And then this can go... And this is actually would be functional IRL. I think I need to space out a few pieces. So, like, this might need to go a little bit further back, but that's fine. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And it's all very compact too. It looks compact. It's shaped well. We're gonna save this design. Control C, Control V. Put it to the wayside. I like to keep things so that I can see the evolution of pieces. Matter of fact, before I forget, let me actually label this one. Create into submodel, leg, WIP2, and then create a submodel, leg, WIP3. There we go. Nice. So we got, oh. There we go. And honestly, let's start painting and coloring. We need to go ahead and start coloring and figuring out what's going to be what. Now, obviously that's going to be Blight Lewis Gray. That's going to be Blight Lewis Gray. I'm thinking dark blue in terms of claws for this one. This is going to have the dark blue on the socket and black here, because that goes all the way through. Light blue, very simple. This one, however, I don't know how... we're going to do black. I think black might be the safe option on the sides here. Wait a minute. No, it comes in white. I remember it comes in white. These curved pieces definitely come in white. And same with this. That can be dark blue. That can be dark blue. This can be black and black. And black, black, black. What? Yeah, that can be black. Yeah. And then black. And then the top over here would be flat silver. Yeah, that looks about right. That honestly looks like a pretty good lake design. We're gonna actually space it out a bit. This lake build, so that there's more range of movement when it comes to posing, when it comes to this lake. What will make the back of the foot like, what if you make the back of the foot like a raptor claw where it's arched up for the third one? Oh, yeah. I see what you mean. I can definitely do that. I can add a... Yeah, that's a great idea, Scotty. That's a very smart idea. Thank you. That is awesome. You are awesome. All right, let's actually move these back a bit. Oh yeah, hold on. Let me actually do the disappearing act here real quick. Boom, 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 boom. And we're gonna select this, Control C, show, and move this off to the side. There we go. And we're gonna back this up a little bit because it's too compact, so that we can get more range of movement, because I feel like that's gonna be necessary. So because we're gonna get more range of movement, we're gonna actually get ooh, a thruster. A thruster would be interesting, but I kind of like your raptor claw. I like dinosaurs. So my favorite dinosaur is the Spinosaurus. It's one of my favorite carnivores that I really like. Spinosaurus is awesome. It's one of my favorites. But also I like velociraptors. Velociraptors are cool. So like Blue from Jurassic World. I love Blue. Blue is awesome and absolutely adorable. Okay. Let's see here. Go ahead, plug that in. I'm gonna move this to the wayside. I'm gonna Control C, Control V. And then move that back a bit. Oh, okay, there might be an issue here. I might have messed up the shaping, because if I move it back, maybe not. Maybe I'm just overthinking it right now, but I have a bad feeling that the third one was already perfect, and I am messing it up with this slightly altered one for more flexibility. That is currently my concern right now, because sure, it's more further back, which will allow for more flexibility and movement, but the issue comes with, well, you're about to see in a sec. Yeah, so that goes away. And that will go like so. On either side. There we go. So that goes there. And then this would go there. And that rotates down. So now it has more flexibility, but at the cost. You see how compact this one is? This one is more of a wider stance, and the side profile is not as clean as this one. Like, the side profile of this looks a lot better than this one. But I'm gonna still save it though. Control C, Control V. And we're gonna place that there, and we're gonna do the different different colors for that one. All right, so Scotty says, have you seen the Jurassic World Rebirth trailer with mutated T-Rex? I have not yet, but I need to watch it. I need to watch it. I'm waiting for that movie to come out so that I can watch it. I try not to watch trailers so that I don't get spoiled too much and have like high expectations for a film. But in this case, now I kind of want to see the trailer. I'll definitely watch it when I'm able to. Imagine a Hero Factory or a Bionicle MOC that is a female character with retractable blades on the foot. That would be kind of awesome. I would really like that. I think that would be cool. Let me go ahead and start coloring this up. Oh, flat silver leg. Oh man, that's dangerous. That is a dangerous color. All right, white. Whoa, that's a lot of white, actually. Probably for a different build. And dark blue. And we'll put black in there and black. Wait a minute, that's yeah. I did a whoopsie daisy with that one. There we go, black, and then the pearl gray. Yeah, this is more angular and more squat. This one's more raised and up top. I think we're gonna go with design number 3. I think design number 3 might be a better one. Create into submodel. Leg WIP 4. There we go. And we're gonna delete that. We're gonna copy this and paste it there and release. There we go. Okay. So we got about multiple leg designs done. And this can be built IRL. Keep in mind, this can be built IRL. All the pieces here exist. They all exist. And we can add something here. Oh, wait a minute. Speaking about adding something, I got an idea. Because I know something that I can do. Okay, I need a modified tile so that I can put a vent piece right here. Then that vent piece can be dark blue. There we go. Now that looks nice. And I'm gonna put Borak eyes. Oh, Baraki eyes. So there we go. because I know this also exists in Lego, so we're gonna add that on either side. And they are going to be in white, because I know they exist in white. I've seen them in white. There we go. So you got bump detailings, got the vent, you got everything here, and then I'm going to be adding some claws, just little tiny claws on the sides, so that it can have something unique going on in here. Turquoise and gold would be a sick color scheme for a mech or a Bionicle or Hero Factory character. That would be cool. Yeah, that would be honestly cool. I wanted to make a teal character for so long. I remember back in, I believe it was like 2019, when there was discussions going around about making a Lariska MOC. Now, Lariska is a Bionicle character in the books, and she is a assassin that has a lot of throwing knives. So she's very much like a rogue character within the Bionicle mythos, and she's very good at what she does. And there was a contest being planned for Lariska before it was eventually canceled, and this was going to be a Bionicle canon contest through the TTV, and they had Greg Farshty there as well to decide, hey, is this design canon or is it not canon? So even though people did vote for which one they would like to see proceed forward, at the end of the day, it was Greg Farshty that made the final decision whether or not, like, okay, this character is canon or is not canon. Actually, can we do... Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's too flat though. I feel like that's too flat. It needs to be more... Ooh, I got an idea. I just got an idea just now. The Chaos Terminal says, what's up, Triple-chan? I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself? We are currently building Tributron. We're revamping Tributron. So we have been going through different leg designs. All of these can be made in real life. And we got different variants. We started off with 1.0. And then there was the version 2, version 3, and version 4. And we opted for version 3 because of how compact the design is, and we've been adding some details and cosmetics to it to better suit the design of the character that is Tributron. So it's been a fun thing to put together. Maverick Brick Production says, sup, hello, and welcome. So I'm thinking, because of the nature of this build, we're gonna include these claws. I like how rounded they are, and they have a nice curve to them, and they will probably suit well for the design of this character, if I had to guess. And we're gonna slide them out by 1. There we go. That is out by 1, and then we're gonna go ahead and delete this. And Technic Linker. That's what we need. Thank you, thank you. Oh man, so that actually reminds me of something as well. I know I talked about something earlier. Actually, we're gonna turn it into a poll. You guys reminded me of a thing, and I'm gonna turn it into a poll. Okay. Let's go ahead and create a poll here. Ooh. Okay. Future? Boo, boo, boo. Yes or no? And let's stretch this out. Start poll. There we go. We're gonna start this poll. Oh, Source Filmmaker. Yes, I have heard of Source Filmmaker. Scotty Wolfmaster. Indeed, I have. I love Source Filmmaker. Which is, it's amazing that that was a program that was started by Valve. So that people can be able to use their assets from their video games and put it, make a film with it. Like when it came to Team Fortress 2, the assets were made available and so forth like that, so you can make stuff in SFM. I used to watch a lot of SFM growing up. One of the more popular things that I would watch all the time was actually Five Nights at Freddy's. I used to watch a lot of Five Nights at Freddy's videos and content, like for throughout the most part of my childhood. I loved Five Nights at Freddy's. That was my Moody Gras, you know, one of my more like favorite things to do, in my honest opinion. The things that I really liked about Five Nights at Freddy's was always the if I were to, I liked how realistic they made I really like the high quality animations made through SFM. Like some of the stories that I saw where it was like a post-apocalyptic setting and close to like this was a specific animation that I'm thinking of right now, by the way. There was a specific animation that I saw, Five Nights at Freddy's related, where it was a... Why are you doing that? Stop doing that. Okay, well, it's... And then... There we go. Why are you... Oh my god. Alright, well, we're gonna have to move this. The studio is not liking me right now. I don't know what's going on. But it was in this post-apocalyptic environment. And so most of humanity was basically mostly gone at this point. But there was a lone foxy that was taking care of one of the last surviving humans and so forth. And I think it was supposed to be Michael Afton or just some random dude. Not so sure on the specifics on that. But I really liked the animation for what it was. You know, it was like very interesting and I really liked it. Oh, wow, that is getting quick. That is getting quick in terms of popularity. I am honestly surprised. All right. The thing is that I don't like about this is that it's raised. It's very raised. Previously mentioned, but we'll quickly mention again, the old style of hand joint does in fact come in dark blue. Oh! I forgot Kreka. That's right. It came into Kreka. I forgot about, and as well as a lot of it came in the Calgarac in the biddable figures in the Bionicle 2005 playsets, and I think it was also featured in Gaki, and oh, I'm forgetting one. It's on the tip of my tongue. I know my Bionicle. Hold on, there was another set that had the dark blue. I have it at the tip of my tongue. Hold on. Let me think it. It came in 2 Calgarac sets. There was the one with the small missile and the other one that can fire on smaller Vizirac. And was there another one? There might, because Vezok did not come with it. He actually had light blue. Dalu! Ah! Oh, gosh, dang it. Syntax. You're not supposed to tell me. I was going to figure it out. I knew there was another one. Oh, okay, well, thank you, Syntax. Scotty says, did you know, the fuck boom, the creator of Skibbity Toya let his friends open the file for episode 78 and gave his friend the blue screen of death because Boom used 500 light particles and his PC lagged so much. Yeah. Oh yeah, sand blue. It wasn't light blue, it was sand blue? I thought Thok was... Oh, I confused Thok with Vezok. Thok has light blue, Vezok has sand blue. Okay. Whoopsie. Find compatible bricks. Technic. Okay, nope. I'm gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way. Okay. That was actually a fun trivia. I need to get some biotubers on board, and we're gonna have to do a trivia where we had to guess like what part came with what set without Googling or looking it up. That would be so much fun. I can already see that being a fun thing to do. It was like, okay, what piece came in what set? You gotta figure it out. Purely off of memory. That is gonna be pure torture, but that's gonna be so amazing. All right. People may not like it, but I would like it. All right. Okay, we're gonna actually have to hide these pieces. Sometimes when you hide pieces, it's easier for it to snap together. Like that. And then you can show all those pieces, and then they work. See? Ta-da! And then we do the same with this. And I don't think we need to hide this one. This one will be pretty good. Okay, I need to find some biotubers, if they still exist. Ooh, maybe I can get Skybird on board. Maybe I can get Skybird on board. Do you think Skybird would be interested in having their knowledge tested for the what pieces come with what sets? I think that would be a pretty fun activity. Honestly, the fact that Skybird does a lot of functions as well, we need to do a collaboration, I feel. That needs to be a thing that should exist at some point. I don't like these claws. They hang too high. And I can also angle them. Can I angle them? I should be able to. Yeah, I should be able to. Actually, now that I think about it, I should be able to angle them. Hold on. I should be able to. There we go. Yeah, exactly. Test knowledge for the win. Centrex says, "Ooh, yes, test knowledge. Have fun." Yes, yes, I shall. I'm gonna get Skybird on here. I'm gonna drag him in here, and I'm gonna lock him in my Bionicle basement, where we go ahead and test our knowledge and our might, possibly. I need to add him. I need to see what other mock builders would actually be interested in that. Wait a minute, is that the right? Oh, that's dark blue violet. No, it needs to be blue. It needs to be blue. It looks so similar. I got confuddled. Okay, rotate and whoop. Yeah, that's not gonna work because it's gonna be bumping with this. Oh, wait a minute. Can I use system? Hold on. Hold on. Is there a claw in system that I can use? I can use a system claw. It could be made out of system. That is a possibility. Okay, no. Barb. Okay, that could work. Maybe. Maybe. I need it to actually... When... Oh, yeah. Yeah, hold on. Yeah. Yep. All right. Dirk. Yeah. All right. All right. There we go. Nice. Okay, I don't know why. Yeah, YouTube for a second just was like, hey, please confirm to make sure, you know, you are who you are. That was a new thing. I never seen that before. That's like the first time that's happened where like YouTube had me verify if I am who I say I am. Also, in my opinion, system in Bionicle mods is a very useful tool, and these feet would absolutely benefit from system. I agree. I agree 100%. In terms of getting the shaping that I want just right, it will need system. And thankfully, I have what I need to potentially do like the claws to the way I want it to be. Because trying to recreate it with classic Bionicle is difficult at this current point in time. It actually is pretty difficult. So let's go ahead and look at animal. Okay, we got that piece, I kind of like these pieces. These pieces look like something he would have on the feet. Heck, even late Bionicles use system at times. My go-to example is actually 2007 Kong, where the back of his head is built out of system. Yeah, that was honestly one of the best ways to go ahead and make a custom head. Also, Hydraxin had posable fingers, and that building style was so popular that a lot of early biotubers like Biorock Dude, iBionicle, you know, like all those like or Vrano animations. You know, they would all use those like posable hands and stuff like that, come up with their own designs, like Kyler Nuva. Remember Kyler Nuva? Oh my god. This is giving me a blast of nostalgia here. But yeah, like just because of Hydraxin existing, it inspired a lot of people to like do a lot of unique stuff with the parts. It was nice, to say the least. It was very nice. And I'm gonna go with black just to be on the safe side, because that's a very common color. My knowledge in what colors exist in system are not as prolific as with Bionicle parts. So 1 by 1 modify round, brick round. There we go. Oh, not brick, plate round. That's what I would need. Yes. Yes. Ooh. Nah, it needs to be other way around. And then that's going to be white on both. And we're going to go ahead and use a translucent blue. Transmedium blue. There we go. Give them a frosty look in terms of the claws. Yes. Scott was, I was bored yesterday. I rewatched Power Rangers Dino Charge for nostalgia. Oh my gosh. I grew up with Power Rangers. Like the first first time I experienced Power Rangers was actually Dino Rangers. I grew up watching Dino Rangers. I saw a few of the movies that came out at the time, and not only that, but I also and then I got into Power Rangers SPD. That was interesting. Orange Ranger must be redeemed, honestly. We need more Orange Ranger. Let me tell you, he's the most powerful of all the Rangers. And so outside of that though, oh yeah, Scotty says it's still peak. I agree. Like, I love the Dino Rangers. I like the Psycho Rangers. The Psycho Rangers were the most menacing evil Rangers that I have seen in media. To be fair, Green Ranger kind of has it. All right, Green Ranger, very OP, very powerful. Like, the fact that Lady Repulsa was able to cause so much destruction with the Green Ranger on her side says enough as it is. Not even the power of friendship could defeat the Green Ranger in their Megazord. Centrex says the issue I am seeing is that these feet may be a little small to support the size of this model. You'll definitely need to make some sort of support system. Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. They are kind of small. But the character is going to be a very light frame. I can imagine it may need a heel support, though. I could definitely see the need for a heel support, at the very least. This guy says Super Dino Charge and Samurai X. I don't remember, and Mystic Force. So good. More front foot would probably do it, though adding extra hind foot could still help. Yeah, I'm gonna add a hind foot to the design. Wait a minute, I can use a fight. Oh, I got an idea. Hold on, I got an idea now. Hold on. Okay. Lift. Technique. I got an idea. But what that means is the legs would have to be mirrored. We're gonna delete this one. And then put this one back here. And then this, go link in here. There we go. Didn't plan on, hopefully that comes in white. If not, then light bluish gray will work too. But now we got a left and a right foot potentially, of how detailed that's gonna be. And then we can use a Borak guy in the back, maybe. I'm thinking Borak guy might help. The heel spurt looks good though. I gonna just leave that heel spurt there. That might be staple enough. We're gonna get a Borak guy. Oh, we'll just put I. It goes under I at the end of the day. Let me go ahead and use an I. It's not under I? Where's the Borak piece? I need the Borak guy. Should be inbuildable. It's really? Bionicle tooth? Tooth? Really? Gonna call that a tooth? That's not a tooth, that's an eye. To be fair, it was used as teeth, so it kind of tracks. There we go. That actually looks pretty cool. That actually looks pretty good. We're gonna actually rotate this a little bit and rotate it the other way. Whoop. There we go. There we go. That might be better so that we can at least get some more range of movement. That goes there. There we go. Syntrax says, if you extend them both to a 5 long, you can make the foot symmetrical. That's true, but I kind of want to have the big toe be more prominent, so that's why there's a little bit spacing, and this is like the other toes within the foot. It's a little narrative detailing that I'm doing there. It's simple, yes, but it gets a specific message across that I would like to see. And now, let me go ahead into Technic. Let's see if we can find anything. Now, we are getting close to the 2-hour mark. So if y'all have any questions, feel free to ask. Because we are getting close to the timeline. And on that regard, oh yeah, a different piece. Yeah, that might actually, yeah, that might actually help. It could be a Borak guy. I could see that being a Borak guy. Yeah, because right now it's very much like that. You know, you have big toes and so forth. Any other angle and it kind of blends together. So I'll figure that out. Right now I need to figure out the legs. I'll go back to that later so that I can plan stuff out. And that reminds me, let me go ahead and end this poll real quick. And there we go. But yeah, so I'm thinking for this regard, we can definitely use the Borak eye for the big toe, but I'm gonna be focusing on the legs right now, the rest of the leg, and seeing how it scales and shapes up to be, because that's something that I want to focus on right now more than anything at the moment. And there we go. There we go. All right, so that actually works pretty well. I can honestly use Preditus's legs / arm pieces. I'm not so sure how expensive Preditus's pieces are in black. This piece, but in black. And using that in the leg, but I'm not so sure how expensive that would be. That's the real question. Because there is no specifics in that regard. But we're gonna play around some more with this. Because I do like the leg that we got already. And we got that and the claw. Yeah, it definitely has to go the other way so that it can look more natural. And we can easily pair it into the side here. So we rotate this a little bit. That will be enough. That, whoa. That coat, oh my, okay. Can you? We can get the size, the weight that we want to, very specifically. So I wouldn't have to worry too much about that in that regard. Now for the next video that is going to be coming out, I got a new review that's going to be coming out, so be sure to stay tuned for that. As for animation goes, I'm going to be making more animated videos coming in the future. So you're going to be seeing more Bionicle stop motion, possibly even a music video. If you want to know more details about that, highly recommend checking out Patreon for more details in that regard. Can't talk too much on it right now because nothing is fully concrete yet, but it is being planned as we speak and is currently in the works. So be sure to go ahead and stay tuned for that. I'm going to be having a lot of fun working on that sort of stuff. Not only that, but I'm planning on expanding the lore because I feel like I'm being too vague with Bionicle Quest for Creation, which is the series where basically Karzani is going through some shenanigans through his quest for creation. Hence the name Bionic Karzani's quest for creation. He wants to, he's on that quest, and he will fulfill his goal eventually, if ever. But nothing is fully concrete. It's quite the mystery. It's quite the mystery. All right, let me go ahead and whoa. Let me go ahead and slide this up a little bit. There we go. This goes and rotates a little bit down. Just a smidge. There we go. Oh, that's too high. Oh, that is too high. But it's an idea. It's an idea that I have. And I will fulfill in that idea at some point. Yeah, but it's going to have to curve around, up and down. Yeah, this is going to need a little bit more work, and it's going to be a little bit more planning. The creative juices are running low as of right now, so we're going to go ahead and actually wrap this stream here. If you like this, be sure to go ahead and want to see more of me building in stud.io, please let me know in the comments down below. If you are a time traveler and you're rewatching this from the past, from the future, but if you are here right and now, feel free to go ahead and follow me in any social media outlets. Links in the description down below. And I believe that is all for now. So I will see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.